Welcome to this week's episode of the Top Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Rob, and joining with me are my friends Lou
Hey,
and Mike.
Still can't believe Lou doesn't like The Hobbit.
I know, just really hates it. Each week we start the podcast with an icebreaker. What do you got for us, Lou?
I have 30 weird old American laws that you can't believe are passed. And you have to guess. I'm going to say the law, and you have to guess which state it is.
Oh gosh, we got time for 30?
Oh,
Is
I
this
like
the pod?
this. I like
No.
this.
I'm not going to give you 30.
All right,
All
hit
right.
us with it.
All right. You ready for it? I'm going to give you an easy one. This is a lob ball right here.
Michigan.
Nope.
I tried.
Good guess, though. It's illegal to give a moose any alcohol beverage. Which state are we talking about?
Alaska.
There we go. Good job.
Makes sense.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Saw
All
moose this
right.
past week though. Just chilling.
Oh, you have mooses up there?
Yeah.
Shoot. Alright. It's illegal to eat a frog if it's dead during a frog jump competition.
Hmm.
Let me repeat
You go
this.
first, Mike.
It's illegal to eat a frog if it's dead during a frog jumping competition. Which state?
Louisiana.
That was gonna be my guess.
That's a great guess. We're gonna go. It's California.
I was gonna go with California. No, I'm joking.
California. All right.
Same brainwave though, Mike.
That's a good one. It's illegal to sing in your bathing suit. Think of sunshine.
Florida.
There we go. Ding, ding,
Bam.
ding. Boom. All right, one more. You can't have a donkey sleeping in your bathtub after 7 p.m.
I think this is a southern state.
It's west southern.
West. Give me Arkansas.
Close. What do you got, Mike?
Oh man, I was thinking Montana, but that's not.
That's very much not southern. It's west.
Yeah, it's too far west. Yeah. I don't know.
Bama.
I don't know my
Arizona.
That's not.
Oh, that does make
Okay,
sense.
I mean, I was
Yeah,
thinking
it's a
the
desert
south
state.
and then just the west side of the south, but that's okay.
Hey, I'm sorry.
To be fair, I got you. I went in the right direction. I'm just bad at what's north and south from how they're stacked up.
There you go. Do you guys want one more?
Sure, hit us.
I
with
like
it.
this.
Guess
This is
one's
fun.
like the gator tide when there's a building burning or something.
I think this one's on par with the state, but it's illegal to drive while blindfolded. It is a southern state. A southern state.
Southern. Okay. Give me Bama.
Yes, it's Alabama.
Okay, yeah, I was like,
There you go.
I can't believe that it's only in one state that it's illegal to drive blindfolded on it.
Oh, was it
Like-
because of the bird box? I remember there was a lot of people doing like the stupid bird box challenge.
No idea. That's hilarious, though. But this is not a reputable source, I will say. So who knows if this actually is true. So
All right. Well, Lou, what are we talking about this week?
what are we talking about this week? We're talking about top 3 scummy things that companies or organizations do.
Real happy episode here.
Real happy episode. I try to do a mixture of like funny and serious, but
Rip.
I don't know how you guys.
Death and despair, plagues, and famine. I'm going grimdark with mine. Sorry, guys.
I'm trying to come up with my third on the fly. So
Oh, what's your number 3, Lou?
All right, my number 3, which I don't know. I got this off of Mike, but I don't know if this is on his list or not. But me and Mike were hanging out, and we were hungry, and we were looking at menus. But now when you go on the website, you have to sign up, and you have to like just pick a restaurant. Like if you're going to Taco Bell, you have to pick the restaurant exactly that you're going to, and then order from that Taco Bell. You can't just look at the menu anymore. You have to like sign up for promotion codes,
Wow. All right.
and that's just real scummy to me.
It's-
I like
dude-
let me just look at your menu.
So that's what the agreed button sounds like. I finally know now. Yeah, that's also my number 3.
What are the odds?
Yeah, crazy, right? But for real, what do they think it's gonna do? Make me? Crap! I signed in, so now I have to. No, you can. It's just an extra step to make me decide. It's not gonna work. But the goal is that you have to they're trying to get you with the sunk cost fallacy, where you're like, well, I've already put all this time into it, so now I have to order from Taco Bell because I signed into Taco Bell. It's garbage.
That's what DoorDash is for. You just look at the menu. That's the alternative. Is you just look at the menu on DoorDash.
Yeah, but if I even have DoorDash on my phone, I will lose like $75 a month.
Fair.
Yeah, I've had to delete all of my stuff. Like a junkie.
It's weird because like legitimately, I have a little folder. It's called food. You press it. There's like 17 different like restaurant apps, but I'm fine. They don't like call to me the way DoorDash does. I don't know why.
Which is weird because DoorDash is the most expensive out of all of them. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
For real.
Lou, I have a question.
Well, half of them just use DoorDash too. So
there you go. I have a more personal question, Lou. Because for a while, I didn't want to be the big guy with like fast food apps on my phone. But then the deals kind of got to me. Were you similar, or am I just self-conscious?
I knew that about you, and I purposely did not do that.
You learned from my mistakes.
I learned from your mistakes, and I was like, I will not fall in that trap.
he doesn't even like Burger King, but he has the Burger King app just to make sure his mental health is on point.
Right. There is no winning when it comes to food. I treat food like how sexual sin. I run away from it. I try not to fight it. Is that a funny
What?
joke?
You tried not to
I like it.
fight?
Personally, I don't know if it's funny, but I appreciate it deeply. I refer to that as self-control by proximity.
Yeah. There you
It's
go.
like, if I'm not near it, I don't have to deal with it.
No snacks in the house.
Don't shop hungry, kids.
Amen.
So my number 3 is definitely the least overarching, like least affecting to anyone. It is basically something a company patented. So I don't know. Have you guys ever heard of the Shadow of War or Shadow of Mordor? Came out like 10 years ago, the first one, and it's like a Lord of the Rings, Assassin's Creed, Batman Arkham Asylum kind of, you know, together.
Good game.
Great game,
pick, man.
And one of the best things about this series is they made this system called the Nemesis system, where basically you could so the whole premise is basically you can't die, but when this orcs kill you, they would be given like these random procedurally generated like personalities, and then they would come back and fight you, and like you could like kill them, but you didn't think they'd kill them, and they'd come back with like the scars that you killed them with, or they'd run away, and they'd mention it, and basically it was a whole interactive world, and it was so like immersive and fantastic. But then Monolith patented this, and which is under Warner Brother Games, and it has only been used for 2 games. And man, this system like would be fantastic in so many RPGs and everything, but Warner Brothers just holding it so close to the chest, and they're like, oh, we're going to use it for a Wonder Woman game, which has since been canceled. And I don't know why you would want for a Wonder Woman game, but it's just,
I play a Wonder Woman game.
I think it could be fun, but why would you need that system in a Wonder Woman game? Like to me, I don't know enough about Wonder Woman to think like to know, but it just doesn't seem like that's the right fit for that type of game. Could be wrong. All you DC heads down there, let me know.
Yeah. I got no beef with Wonder Woman, but it's like, guys, you can't sell your games with like more popular properties. You're probably not going to do great with a Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Yeah, and like Warner Brothers has so many. Think of like Harry Potter, like Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings. Obviously, they use it for Lord of the Rings, but like you could use that type of system for anything. But I think they should have licensed it out and just let other companies use it. It would have been so good. I think RPGs in general would have been fantastic, but no, Warner Brothers wanted to be greedy, money hungry, and now they're going bankrupt. That's not the only reason they're going bankrupt, but I hope that someone buys that.
If they go bankrupt, does the patent go up for grabs?
I don't. As much as you say Money Man and Rob, I don't know much about business, so I don't know. If you're a business person, let us know down below. If a company goes bankrupt, do their patents? I would assume they would have it, and that you just buy it for like cheap. I don't know how that works, but it's scummy that they locked it up and no one else can use this fantastic innovation. It's like Pokemon trying to copyright throwing a ball and catching something. Just at Power Worlds they tried that. All right. Lou, what's your number 2? We're coming right back at you since you and Mike shared the number 3.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah,
okay.
It was written down the whole time.
There you go. My number 2 is... I'll just tell the story because I think it's easier that way. I listened to a podcaster who is pretty open about their problems with drugs and abuse of drugs. And I think pound for pound, he's one of the funniest podcasters I listen to. Not a great comedian by any chance. All of his written stuff is not that great. But his just off the dome stuff, I think, is absolutely hilarious.
And we love you, Mike.
There we go. And and a lot of his content is about his struggles with addiction, and it jumps to like the commercials or the advertisements, and there's like multiple advertisements about gambling, and it's just like, what are we doing here? I mean, it's not the same as alcohol addiction or drugs, but it is a form of addiction. Like, why are we participating in something that people often have addictions to? Um, I don't know. Get your bread, King. I respect it, but I think we should do better.
Drew Gooden has a fantastic video
Yes.
on sports gambling.
I was blanking so hard on his name, but I was literally trying to pull it up right now. So
if you guys don't know who Drew Gooden is, it's the Road Work Ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does. It's that guy. Does some pretty good sketch comedy.
But he does, yeah. His like long form stuff is fantastic. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. But I agree, and I've experienced that. You know, I hit one big parlay this sports season, and I'm like, oh man, think if I can hit more. I'm like, nope, that's a gambling attitude. We're gonna pump the brakes on this. You know, not put any more money into it. Can't let my brain trigger that. But it's wild, the whole sports gambling and things nowadays. Are you going more of the sports gambling route, or just having something like that in the ad breaks?
I mean, like,
it's the way the companies do it, man.
Yeah, like, it's just, I don't know. Like, McDonald's isn't out here, saying if you eat 3 cheeseburgers, you get the. I don't know. I'm not sure. I wouldn't be mad if somebody promoted fast food, even though if you ate fast food, only fast food for 2 years, you die, right? Like, and not do any exercise, and yes, and you had a preconditioned addition, but like.
Right. I mean, they want you to eat their food, but they want you to live long enough to keep eating their food for a long time. Like, gambling is like the way the apps are built and the way the advertisement works is they're trying to just make you completely addicted and go into debt. Like, it is so predatory. I'm just quoting Drew Gooden, really.
Yeah, but like, they also figure out times you are more likely to sign up for their deals and what deals, and it's wild.
Yeah, they know when you're weakest, and that's when they come for you.
Yep. Well, Mike, nope, it's me. You go last. The whole double thing threw me off. My number 2 is, and I am a hypocrite for this. I support this company more than I probably should, but it is Amazon and their practices towards audiobooks and books in general. So with Amazon becoming the biggest, one of the biggest companies in the world, I don't know if they're exactly the biggest. They've created a monopoly, especially with Audible and Kindle. And with this, again, I am an Audible subscriber, so I'm also a hypocrite. But they are so predatory to, especially like new authors or breaking out authors, that they get most of their royalty system is just so bad. And then they're like, hey, if you only use Amazon, we'll give you a little bit more of a boost. And it is just like bad for the business, bad for publishers. That's one reason why a lot of publishers are suffering. But silver lining, there is physical book sales are on the increase last year, and more bookstores are opening. So good job, guys. Go shop your local bookstores if you have them. And I know like Brandon Sanderson has stood out about this and withheld some of his things, but the most recent thing they did, which seems like a very small step, but it's kind of leading to the you will rent everything and own nothing type thing, is for their Kindles. As of February 28th, you can no longer download the books that you paid for to purchase onto your computer to back them up. So now you can only get them through their sites. And with this, they have removed books from their sites in the past, so you just lose complete access to that. I know a lot of people have gotten for returning too many books or something, their account's been banned, and they lose access to all their books. They can't refund it and everything, so they don't have any access to the books that they paid for and everything. And I just think that for the most part, it is detrimental to society for literature. And one thing I want to do with my top 2 is offer an alternative. And I haven't used this one for an ebook, but it seems like a lot of people are pro Kobo. It's Kobo. They give their authors better splits, and they have just a better overall services and more consumer friendly. So I'd go check them out. I think Lucian has some different audiobook companies that he's listened to, but I've kind of just stuck to Audible because they got me. That's where my whole library is. I feel like I can't go elsewhere.
Off the top of the dome, I can't really remember which one I use.
Was that Campfire
I,
or something?
I can't. I pay for no, not Campfire, but what I've been using and what I'm constantly using is Libby. I think Libby is absolutely awesome, and
Libby's great.
that's just straight through the library. So you're
Mm-hmm.
supporting libraries when you're doing that.
Yeah.
And
Spotify, they have audiobooks now, so that's another alternative for that. But yeah, and Libby, you just need a library card, right?
you just need a
Yep.
library card, yeah.
There
Yep,
you go.
support your local libraries. Oh, and it's called Chirp. Chirp is the
That's
other
what
one
it
that
is.
I've been using for. Yeah, it's not great deals. I have compared to Audible, but my wife has shun Amazon. We don't have an Amazon account anymore.
Here we go.
Dang.
Way to take a stand.
Yeah. Way to take a
The
stand.
best of us, Lou.
F you, Jeff Bezos.
Jeffrey
I mean,
Bezos.
the idea that you can have anything you want in the palm of your hand in a day or two is pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And you ever look at like some of the people that are delivering your Amazon packages? Do they look happy?
No.
No.
Well, and if you're
No.
going
But
by,
if I was that bad at my job, I wouldn't be happy either. So
dang. Well, you should move out here. It's whew,
Shots
whew,
fired.
my goodness, it's like a week. You have a week shipping. 7-day free shipping. But then if you want to get more into the carbon emissions, especially like Prime Day, both of them are terrible for the planet just because all the airplanes they use and everything to ship all this stuff that seems to get missed out when people talk about environmental friendly things. But that's a whole nother topic. I was going for the books.
Come on, Taylor Swift.
Oh my gosh. Whew. It's so crazy that people can track like people's private jets.
that is
Wild.
wild.
Well, Mike, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is, honestly, I'm surprised this hasn't come up yet. Video game companies just being cool with releasing unfinished video games / loot boxes. That whole, just like the entire industry is a mess.
Mhm.
But yeah, like No Man's Sky is good now, I guess. Been like 10 years. I don't know if it's actually been 10 years, but like,
think
yeah,
so.
just that whole thing of being like, we can put out a game, it's not finished, we'll piece it together as you go. Cyberpunk, I think, got that, and that's another one I've heard is great now, but it's like, just finish the games, man. Like, they can't keep getting away with it. We gotta start like
They're just
not
a peek
buying
drop.
these. Like when it comes out that that's what happened with these games, we need to not be buying them, and like maybe also not be pre-ordering, because then we're just
Mhm.
enabling it.
You don't even get a cool steel box anymore because it's all digital.
Yeah, it's just like, come on, you can wait 3 days to discover that the game doesn't even work. Like that's the worst. You pay extra to play the game 3 days early. I've never done it because I'm a cheapskate and I refuse to pay extra for 3 days early access. But the fact that people have paid early and then the game doesn't even work, and then like those 3 days pass and you just get nothing, like, it's insane.
Then thankfully loot boxes seem to be getting cracked down on, but yeah, especially with like Battlefront 2. Oh my gosh, it was wild.
Yeah.
Now it's all battle passes, I feel like, instead of loot boxes.
What's is that basically the same thing?
Well,
So,
you know what you're
what's a battle
getting.
pass?
Battle passes,
no.
you pay, usually it's like $5-10. It's lasts a month, anywhere up to like 3 months type thing, and you kind of use XP to level it up. But when you have a battle pass, you get something every level, and maybe every 5 or 10 levels you get a free thing that's not very good, and then you also get like more XP boost through the battle pass, and you unlock things. Well, loot box is just pure gambling, pure random chance type thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, the battle pass at that point, it sounds like it's like that's just pay to win, which is just as annoying.
For the most part,
Like-
just cosmetic stuff. I will say
Well,
one
if you're
thing
getting an XP boost, like, you're objectively going to blow through the levels
for the
faster.
battle pass. So for unlocking more cosmetic stuff, it might be like you get the first,
Oh, I see.
3 tiers free
Gotcha.
or whatever
Yeah.
type thing. And I will say I do respect, as much as I'm not really a fan of battle pass, I do like the battle passes that if you complete it or get X amount through it, you make whatever their like V-Bucks or
money
whatever
back.
thing, your money back, so then you can use it on the next battle pass. And that one I don't
That's
have as much
solid.
of a problem with, because
But
at
you have
least you have to grind though.
You have to grind. Yeah, you have to spend like, a ton of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just miss games that were fun to play and that you unlocked things through playing. Like,
Darn you, internet!
was that was such a nice little loop where it was like, oh, this is fun. Oh, I have something new, and this is fun. Oh, and now I have something else that's new. Like, yeah, just. Did you ever see that meme where it was like how games used to be, and it was like a whole cheeseburger, and then DLC was like 2 strips of bacon, and then now it's like the game is just the bun and the patty and the cheese and the lettuce and the tomato and the pickles and the bacon and the condiments are all DLC.
Mm-hmm. I think I've seen something like that. Yeah. Thanks, Bethesda, with your horse armor DLC. Open up the floodgates. Lou, do you like battle passes at all? Like, what's your thoughts?
I mean, when I was locked up in COVID, I spent a lot of time in Call of Duty. A lot of time. And I got lost in the sauce. I think it literally changed the chemistry of my brain playing that much. And that was kind of scary. And just... But how I feel about...
Did you get the battle pass for?
And I did, yeah. I got that was the part of the chemistry is you getting the battle pass, and there are like loot boxes in battle passes.
Okay.
That's and so you are gambling in a sense. But I don't know. I don't want to yuck anybody's yum. If that's your thing, do you?
Yeah.
But
I'd rather have battle passes than loot boxes. Like if you just have to pick between the two, but yeah, it's still not the best. I liked Halo Reach when that came out in the 360. Depending on how good you did in game, you'd get that currency for the game, and then you could unlock all the customizable stuff that way. The different levels you could unlock more, but it was all in game.
No beef with that. Yeah.
Fantastic.
We've been playing a lot of Dying Light 2, and there's like boxes in that game, like, but it's like you do things or you level up and you get a box and then you get a random roll, and that's great. I like that. That's fun.
I mean, you're. It's
just, I'm not paying for it. I'm not paying extra. I'm just earning it, and then I get a box, and then
It's crazy. Like there's I can't think of his name, but I was trying to come up with it. I think his name was like Thor or something. But he used to work
Pirate Software.
Yes.
Yeah. Thor.
Yep. And he worked for, not Bethesda.
Blizzard.
But the one that Blizzard.
World of
Yep.
Warcraft.
And he said that he worked on a game for years, and that same amount of money, more money came in versus a horse skin than the whole game that he worked on for years itself. And so it's like, what are companies supposed to do? Just say no to the money? If dumb people wanted to.
Hey, Larian Studios did what Baldur's Gate 3 said. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. And I
have no issue with DLC can be done right though. Like Shadow of the Erd Tree, I that was supposed to be pretty good. I didn't play it, but
it's okay.
Yeah, produce more. Give me more missions. Like I have no problem paying you for more content. It's the cosmetic payment. It's just like, dude.
Yeah.
And I don't care what I look like in the game, so it really doesn't bother me. Like I just don't engage with it. But some people can't do that, and so the wheel keeps turning.
Yeah, and one more thing, there's a lot of, because I was thinking about having this as one of mine, so it would have been an honorable mention, is it's like pretty predatory. Like, it'd be like, oh, you have to spend $12 to buy this, to get the skin or whatever, this pack, but you can only buy in increments of 10, that type of thing. So you're spending more money, and then they have their own currency, which isn't a 1-to-1 ratio, and there's a lot of predatory things like that. And then usually if it is they have loot boxes, especially this is big Battlefront 2, you could technically unlock everything, but someone did all the hours, and it would take over 1,000+ hours to unlock everything instead of playing for loot box. So it's and I was just watching this today because AC Shadows came out, and you could pay for your full map, and someone's when they have to pay for the map, they're gonna not, they would rather you buy the map than go and get it, so they're gonna make it longer for you to complete the certain objectives and things to get it, because they would just rather you spend $5 to get it.
Yeah. The map. That's the most basic.
Yep, $10. You could reveal all the map.
That was the most fun part when you were playing it back in the day.
Could you imagine if you came to my house for dinner and you went to go to the bathroom and I tried charging you $5 for toilet paper?
Hey, we're not Europe.
That's the equivalent.
Or is Asia? There's some countries that do that. You have to pay for the toilet, but thank goodness, not in America. Screaming Eagle. Not yet. Bum, bum. Once the corporations take over. Anyways, number ones? Unless anyone else had anything to add there. Sorry, I feel like I took your pick, Mike. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man.
Passionate about it.
I didn't have a ton to say about it. I just don't like it.
All right. Lou, what's your number one?
My number one, as I was looking at it, was like, ooh, this is getting a little political. I don't know if I want to share it, but I'm gonna do it because why not?
Speak your truth.
Big man Lou,
Speak my truth, King.
red conservative king.
Oh, we don't know where this is gonna go. It could be, you know.
I am not a big fan of like monthly diversity, inclusion, equity, the DEI. I don't like it when it's Pride Month and just every company is supporting Pride Month, and then it literally gets ripped off the shelf the next month. I think and that's not just Pride. That's Black Lives Matter stuff. That's like Asian culture. Every company now.
International Women's Month.
International Women's. It's everything.
Where's Ginger's month?
Ginger.
We're still. Yeah, no one cares about it.
It's in International Women's Month, actually.
Oh,
it's
okay.
February, March 17th, I think. You just get a day.
Oh, well, hey, it's a start.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's St. Patrick's Day.
And yeah, I truly believe that
Sorry.
if you are gay and you want a gay shirt, you should totally be able to go to Target and get a gay shirt. But if I want a rainbow shirt and it's not the rainbow month, then I can't get a gay shirt. Like, do you even care? Do you care? Like, do these old white men care?
No, they're just doing it. It's,
money.
I toyed with putting something like this in there. It's just virtue signaling to like, hey, look at this cause we support. Oh, you're gonna okay, cool. Once it's over.
Yeah.
1% of sales goes to.
You're right. Exactly. Like we should just always have this stuff. The stores are big enough for you just to have this stuff. It makes no sense why, like, get rid of one aisle of toilet paper, or I don't know. I don't want to bring.
Well,
back...
maybe not toilet paper. That was crazy.
Yeah,
You remember 2020?
I do remember. As soon as I said it, I was like, oh no.
Someone playing Fortunate Son?
One aisle of something. I don't really care. And
I've never seen anybody in the like foldable chairs aisle in Target. You can for sure get rid of an aisle.
There we go. That's such a better one. Yeah.
Leave my butt out of this, Lou.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Get a bidet.
Preach.
Stop overspending on toilet paper. Yeah, it just grinds my gears.
Money man Lou.
It makes me real frustrated.
Environment friendly Lou.
That's true. If the environment goes, then the lawn care business follows. So,
yeah, but
wow, things I really care about, guys. It's so good.
Well, along with that, even if you're not just doing it like from the thing is, it's like a lot of it is fast fashion. So as soon as that day, it's July 1st, they just like throw this stuff away as well. So like it's even not only bad for not being able to get it, but also not environmentally friendly at all.
What I think they need is to have rainbow shirts for June. June is Pride Month, right?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Rainbow American flags.
They have those.
And then you just peel the rainbow strips off.
It's like magnetic.
And it's just red, white, and blue.
Yeah, where's my Advent flag? Every month is a different flag.
There's a blue lives matter flag.
There we go. We'll hit all of them.
After another.
Toppodcast.com. We're gonna make them.
Really got
Advent flags.
Sweater. That's
so good.
Tank top by the end.
We could have one for both aisles. Whatever you want, we got it.
Oh my gosh, Trump flag, you missed flag. Oh my gosh, so good. I would love a you missed flag into a pride flag. Oh my gosh, so good.
Sure, we'll have it a Unity one where it's random which ones you get.
You don't know. It's a loot box T-shirt.
There we go. You see the money signs now. I take back everything I said 5 minutes ago.
I have never been more serious about making a product in my entire life.
Any business majors down there? Oh, there we go.
Because God definitely cares about that. Yeah.
The Christian flag is on there, yeah.
The Christian flag.
There's a Christian flag.
There is. It's all white and then the blue, like the American corner, and a red cross.
All right.
I went to a Christian private school. We had one. It was underneath our American flag. And there's also a pledge to that. So in elementary school is a pledge allegiance to the the flag of America, which is kind of cultish, but anyways, then pledge allegiance to the Christian flag, also kind of cultish. Pledging allegiance to the Bible, also kind of cultish. I mean, I like what they're saying, you're following the Bible, but it's cultish.
I'm here for the vibes, but
Yeah.
or maybe that's the opposite. I'm here for the concept, but the vibes are
Yeah,
off.
for real.
Yep. So I'm an anarchist, woman hater, Trump supporter. Sorry. Yep.
Copy. Clip it down below.
Don't clip it. I didn't say it all the way.
All right. My number one. I'm gonna put this all with allegedly, just in case, because these companies can be pretty savage. So allegedly, Hershey's, Nestle, and Mars, some of the biggest chocolate companies in the world. In 2019, the U.S. government found that over 1.56 million child slaves were being used to cultivate the cocoa beans in, I don't know how to say this, Côte d'Ivoire in Ghana, which these two countries produce about 60% of the cocoa production in the world. And these companies said in the 90s they're going to stop doing, child labor and things like that. They will. They will, eventually once every child ages up. They'll get there. And with this, like, even the U.S. Bureau of International Business Affairs has been like trying to work with these countries to get these the child labor in slavery just for the cocoa production, just banned, and trying to work around it and what to do. And I think an alternative to this, one chocolate brand I really like is Tony's Chocolate, which promises 100% of its chocolate is free of child labor and slave labor. And honestly, I think it tastes so much better. And I think Aaron would agree with me that at least those three brands of chocolate, not really even the best like chocolate. They're yeah.
Yeah, if you don't have adult slave sweat in your chocolate, you can taste the difference.
Yeah, it has to mature, it has to ripen. Oh, we're getting
The higher salt content. You don't need that much sugar. It's salt that really balances it out.
And this is just a general. I went chocolate because I like chocolate, but I know coffee industry is also pretty bad for this. Really, anything you need a plantation to do. Yeah. Allegedly,
some of the practices with baby formula in some third world countries is brutal.
Don't look up Nestle is just water and everything. Yeah. It's a very. They don't care about people allegedly and just see money signs.
I'm pretty sure Feastables is also, which if you want to
buy kids for kids. Feastables.
It's they're pretty. I think they're ethically sourced.
Oh, they're ethically sourced. Okay, never mind. My joke does not.
Buy kids for kids.
Yeah. I just sorry, I didn't know how to go about working through that.
I understood what you said.
No, I was just sitting here being like, I don't know what a Feastable is, and then I was like, I don't need to. That joke's hilarious.
Mr. Beats chocolate bars.
Oh dear.
Which I tried, and I did not like them.
I like them better than Tony's. So.
Ooh, there we go. Well, there we go. There's two options for the listeners out there. Mike?
I don't like how Tony's chocolate is cut up. Sorry.
Yeah, it is.
I don't like how Tony's pizza tastes.
Well, totally different thing. But speaking of which, don't worry, guys. We hear you. We will get our ranking of frozen pizzas. Calm down. Just keep on feeding the comments. Maybe we'll get there faster. But yeah, Tony's is cut really weird, and they do have like the broken chain thing in their chocolate, so they're very proud of it. But yeah, it's makes it hard to divvy up. They're not even. Which flavors of Tony's have you tried, Lou? Just out of curiosity.
I don't honestly remember.
Okay.
I tried two of them. I think if there's one a peanut butter one, I usually will go for that. So I don't know. It is.
I just want to find this because I want Mike's take on it because it is just the most wild thing ever. I'm posting it right now. What they look like. How would you feel if you unwrapped a chocolate, Mike, and saw that?
Let's see. Oh. I mean, so here's the thing. Have you ever had a peanut butter filled Sanders chocolate?
No.
I find them in gas stations sometimes, and it's like dark chocolate filled with peanut butter. So good. and it's not exactly the same. I think this like the way they're broken up, it is somewhat even, but it is in a similar like look to that. So if I were to open, like I wouldn't get thrown off by this, but only because it reminds me of something that I really liked when I ate a lot of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
There are some bomb flavors though, Tony's chocolate, that I did not know about.
I like their salted caramel one is really good.
Yeah, they have a milk honey one.
Ooh.
That sounds good. Hazelnut cookie sounds really good. Yeah, there's some good ones. I'm gonna have to do some investigation.
There we go. And of course, because they're not using slave labor, it is more expensive, but the quality is better and it's more ethically sourced.
There
Mike,
you go.
what's your number one?
All right, so it's been a very long time since I've been to Disney World, and I've never been on a cruise. But something that both cruises and Disney do is they give you these little cards. I think Disney actually gives you like a watch that you can like load your credit card right onto. But it's basically just a food and drink card, so you can just boop, scan it, and it just charges it to the room. No big deal, right?
Mhm.
Except that your brain is wired to not feel the loss every time you just tap the card,
Mm.
and your bill at the end of the cruise or a Disney is just gonna be more than the trip, man. Like they've figured out a way to get you to just not think about the cost at all and just say yes and 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 say yes, and then boom, bill comes and you're just toast. Yeah, and I mean, it's no child slave labor, but it's scummy.
Mm-hmm. I've never been on a cruise. I thought that was. Is it specifically you have to get like an all inclusive cruise? Because I thought they just had like
yeah. So an
buffets
all
for
inclusive
everything.
cruise would obviously be all inclusive, but like a lot of cruises, you'll get like a little cruise specific. Like you got a little credit card, and you tap it, and you just get a drink. You just tap it, they give you your drink, and every single one of those just goes onto the bill. And then at the end of the cruise, you're like, oh, bleep my life.
It's probably a lot of fees too. Like we have to store these, on a ship. It's not going to be just your $1.50 or whatever for a 12-ounce.
Yeah. So, I've never gone on a cruise. To be honest, I don't know that a cruise sounds like that much fun unless you're paying stupid money. But I'd rather be on a beach than on a ship. Just my personal take. I got no real interest in going to Disney for myself anymore. So hopefully I never have to deal with this. But you never know what's going to happen in life. And I hear it gets people bad.
Lou, have you been on a cruise?
I have not been on a cruise. I have been ducking cruises because my wife's family are big cruises, and thank God there's been multiple reasons why. You know what? I retract that statement. You can keep it in the podcast, but nope. I'm keeping it. I am happy that I have not been on a cruise. No, all cruises have morgues, and that idea in itself
Whoa.
just freaks the best out of me.
I mean, you gotta do something with the body.
Yeah, I don't know. The idea that I could die in a cruise and there wouldn't be like a oh no, this has never happened before. They'd be like, nope, we know what to do. And when something is so common, I try not to experience that. Does that make sense? Am
Yeah,
I sounding crazy?
Those are probably
that seems very valid.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, probably working overtime during COVID. Because remember, like when shutdowns initially happened, people were stuck on cruise ships for like a month or two.
Gosh, yeah.
We've been awful with that tiny thing. I've always wanted to try a cruise.
Learn to fish.
There you go. I've always wanted to try a cruise, just like one. I don't think I would like it too much, but I just want to say I did it. There are some board games / like D&D cruises that I think would be fun. We're just a bunch of nerds, so hopefully the showers are working.
Yeah, I think if you get the right type of cruise, you get the right group of people, and you're willing to spend a ton of money up front and go all inclusive, I think there's potential.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to be like, I feel like it has to be your vacation for the decade or something to make it worth it.
All to say, Vikings cruises, if you want us on there, hit us up.
Oh, yeah, if you're willing to pay me to go, Carnival, Disney, you name it. Disney cruise, there we go. Just really bring it all back together. Give me a food card on a watch.
Yeah. All right,
I'll go.
You guys got any dishonorable mentions, I guess?
I really hate having to log in to see a menu. Like,
Just reiterating.
I know it's just reiterating, and I didn't even. I mean, I totally had that on my list the whole time. But it really, really bugs me, man. I get going. I get hot about that one.
Feel you sweating all the way over here, Just keyboard was shaking, just white knuckling it. All right.
I think earned PTO is kind of weird versus just giving me the 2 weeks up front.
Oh, accrued? Like you get a
Yeah.
little bit over time? Yeah.
I think it's a little weird. It's a little, I don't know.
So
I
you
feel
mean
you.
like every month you get X amount of hours type thing?
Mhm.
Yeah. Versus just giving me the 2 weeks up front. I have to earn
I
my
think
time.
it's so people don't like use their 2 weeks and then quit.
Mhm.
Like, you
Yeah,
know,
but if
'cause
you hire somebody that's sketchy,
Yeah, it is. So that's what mine does is earned. So I get I think 10 hours a month. And that definitely sucked starting off, especially when I had like my own wedding and a lot of other weddings to go to because I'm like I just don't have the time. But also I can bank more than 2 weeks. So there's that
Yeah.
part of me that I like.
My company's actually pretty cool about it. We get a week of personal at the beginning of the year. Boom, you get 1 week. And then you accrue. But you can use unaccrued time. Like,
You just don't
like,
get paid?
Well, no. You just
You
have
get
like
from the hole.
you accrue it over the year, but you can use it in lieu of what will be accrued.
Okay.
So I'm like, so essentially, I'm given a 2 week bank.
Mhm.
They just don't care, but they do on paper do accrued. I'm not sure what the difference is.
Hey,
But,
it's still better than what teachers get. I think my wife gets 3 days off a year, the personal days.
oof.
Yeah, but she gets a summer, right? I think
Yeah,
but
another.
3 days is crazy.
Yeah.
She doesn't do anything in the summer for the.
They have like an optional thing where you can choose the work, which they usually do. But yeah,
Nice.
I think they're bumping up to 4 now, so they get 4 personal days. I think they get more sick days, but I think it's just like you get 4 days a year. Have fun. Max of 5. You can save 1 day.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Well, and like the different places, yeah, personal versus like vacation days is always weird to me. It's like just let them all be like my old boss when I worked for Hot Kyle's mom. She literally told me, she was like, vacation days are all the exact same. I don't care what you use, how you use it. They're your time off. If you just want the day off, don't even pretend to be sick. Just call me and tell me you're taking a mental health day. I was like, that's how it should be. It's like you get 3 weeks in business days. Use them however you want. You don't have to explain yourself.
Mhm.
Don't call off the same day, like day of too many times. Like it was such a nice understanding. And then I went to a department that actually acts like corporate America, and I tried using a personal day when I needed to use a vacation day or vice versa. And they were all like, well, that was what it was. I was out of personal days, but I had vacation days. And so I tried to use a vacation day to like leave early. And they were like, oh, well, actually you need to use a personal day. I was like, what do you mean?
It's the same
I
thing.
don't have those, and I'm already out. Like, I'm gone. So, what do you want me to do here?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's pointless.
All right. Well, next week I want to know what are the top 3 things that an adaptation does better than the original source material.
Ooh,
I just want 3 specific things, so it doesn't have to be, this movie was better than the book. And it doesn't have to be book to movie. It can be video game to movie. Any adaptation could be movie from a TV show. You could say this Aang is better than that Aang, which I would say you're wrong, but it's an example. Just so we're not all bogged down to books. So listen along next week. Other than that, thank you all for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a like, comment, subscribe. Let us know some scummy things that we should be on the lookout for, and I'd love to hear any alternatives. If you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, be sure to leave us a review, preferably 5 stars, but we'll take anything, and leave us a comment. We'll read off on the pod. Other than that, thank you all for listening. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
we're not rolling, right? Sweet. I'm gonna go get some Nesquik. Bye.